So guys, I realized that in the previous video, since I wasn't expected to start the final version of this gun, of this rifle, I didn't explain quite well how the Z-modeler brush works. So let's get back to it, the basics of this brush. Although, since this course is for intermediate users, you probably should know how this brush works. But if you don't know, don't worry, I will explain that to you. So now, for example, we want here to have a little bit of a jump like this, because I think on the concept, yeah, we have something here which is so I will just press here and this will be this and this. Okay, so let's try to do that. Z-modeler brush allows us to work with low poly models. Z-modeler brush you don't use when you have a lot of polygons or very dense mesh. Like for example, we have the body, and we wouldn't use Z-modeler brush on this body. We can use it on this side of the body, but still, when you have subdivisions, Z-modeler brush is not working. We have to freeze subdivisions, then add, for example, some poly loops or edge loops, and then unfreeze. But we won't do that for now. The point is, Z-modeler brush is mostly for low poly forms. So low poly is this, very low poly. So for now, I want to extrude a bit from here. We cannot extrude in ZBrush a plane, just this, for example, to grab it. In 3D Studio Max with Shift I would extrude it, but here you cannot do it. So we just will make extrude all polygons and we'll extrude the whole thing, just temporary, and flip it, because when you extrude inward, the polygons are flipped. If you extrude outward like this, you don't have to flip it, but since we extrude mostly inward, at least I do that, they are flipped. So let's see the reference. Okay, we have this thing, it's here, alright. So I will have to extrude this. So extrude single poly and extrude it like this, and this will be it for now. I can delete, like hide all those things with Control Alt Shift. Control Alt Shift, Control Shift is doing this. Control Alt Shift is making it red, so it's hiding things. Okay, and now I will delete them, so they're hidden. And let's talk about the ZRemesher brush a bit. Probably it will be useful for some of you. Hopefully it will be. ZRemesher brush, Z-modeler brush. Z-modeler brush is working like this. So when you put your mouse over a poly, you will do some operation which is for the polygons. When you put your mouse over an edge, it will do operation which concerns an edge, and the same for a point. So when you put your mouse over a point and press spacebar, you see the options for the point. They are the lowest amount of options are for the point, then for the edge the same, and then for polygon are the most options. The thing is that you don't have to be frightened by all those options, we are using just a few of them. So here we will use extrude, delete for the polygons, and polygroup mostly. I rarely use anything else. And these are the actions here, and these are the targets. So you see polygon actions, because we are on polygon now, and target. So extrude now will target a single poly. So we will extrude a single poly. If we go, and I'm pressing space, because if I release space, this will disappear. So I'm pressing space, and while pressing it, this menu will still be active. If we extrude all polygons, every and each polygon of our mesh will be extruded, which is useful. If we extrude polygroup all, only the polygroup will be extruded that we have clicked on. So if we click on this, you notice. Next, if we go to poly loop, we'll extrude the loop. So if we go like this, and the orange orange, it's not an arrow, but orange thing is pointing upward, we'll extrude only one polygon because this loop only contains one. But if we do this, and the orange thing points to the other polygons, this whole loop will be extruded. So these are the useful things: polyloop, polygroup all, single and all polygons. I use mostly that here for the target, and for the action I use extrude, I use polygroup, I use delete. Most of the time that are the only things I use. So yeah, it's nothing too complicated. If you start and give yourself a time to understand it, it's very, very simple. So now we'll extrude all polygons and just extrude it and then flip it. And this is the lever for the lever action, or lever, I'm not sure what exactly is. So let's see what the gun is. I will move it a bit upwards so we can see it. I don't know exactly what this thing is, but I know what this thing in the front is, which is a muzzle. I think this is muzzle. Whatever, I know what it is, what it is for. So yeah, this is like that. So this wooden part here, and we have some metal part in below here, which is, I don't know, maybe it's this thing here, I'm not sure. And we can even make this a bit thicker, it looks like it, and then of course make it smaller. Look good. Now if we want to make this front thing, we will get just a simple plane that we have, duplicate that, move it up front, delete most of it, del hidden, then alt click on this thing here, so our pivot will go and center to the object, and then make it smaller, arrange it as it is here. I can delete also this, make this even smaller, put it in here, and with the move brush I can make it look whatever I want it to look like. Extrude all polygons, flip it, and we have this thing. It maybe is not exactly in the middle, so we'll go to the position, and yeah, it's not, so we go to the position, press here and 0, enter. Now it's in the middle. Of course we made the other position a bit, yeah, so I will move it like this. I just clicked on the Y position by accident and I zeroed it, so yeah. But sometimes this happens, and I think this is pretty good. Control N if we have some problems, like for example with Shift S you can leave snapshots of your work, and this is useful sometimes, but with Control N you will just erase them completely. This also could be fatter or thicker, if we say so, thicker, and then move here. Then we will have some connection here, so I will take this, duplicate it, move it in this place, and for example now if I want to move one of these, you see what happens. I cannot move it very good, but I can do this. I can go and press X for symmetry. I make sure local symmetry is on, and yeah, I will have symmetry. If my gun was in the other direction, I would have to change my symmetry point here, but now it's cool, so we can do this. They're almost touching, so I'm not sure. Probably, let me see. Yeah, most likely our barrel should be thicker, so I will make it big like this and then shorter like this. And you will notice that it's now bigger, and of course the bottom one will do the same for it. It's almost the same thickness as the big one, but it's shorter, a lot shorter. And then we will have this, whatever this thing is. And I'm trying to alt select it. It's difficult to alt select sometimes very low poly objects because you have to click on some of their edges or some of their points, not on their polygons. The polygons are not very selectable, but they are sometimes. Okay, we want a hole here. How to do it is very easy. We will go to ZeroMesher, press space, insert single edge loop. We will insert an edge loop here. This will be the thickness of the metal. And then this we will extrude inward, but we'll extrude poly loop. So extrude poly loop. And this loop, you notice the orange thing, you know, this loop will be this loop, not this, because, you know, not good. So this, oops. Okay, let's try it here. Yes. Yes, sometimes it's buggy. And now we have something like a hole, and the gun is starting to take a bit of a shape. Let's try to make thickness for this part also. And of course, we can always disable thickness or whatever, it's up to us. So, make thickness, no. I won't extrude all polygons because I want this handle also to be extruded. Let's extrude it like this. I'm not sure if this is enough, but if it's not, we'll see. Yeah, it's not enough, obviously, but it's enough probably for this. It's not enough for this, but we will take with a mask all of it. Or no, we won't do that. We will do very much the better thing. It will be to go ahead and make the X position 0, so it will be in the middle. Then we get our pivot, place it in the middle without clicking on this icon position, and then just make it bigger like this. And now you notice that from nothing, now we have something that resembles this gun. And when we add details, we add this thing, we add these things here, we maybe add some details here, but everything in time. We don't have to do all at once. You have to be patient, and you have to be methodical. If you want to do as I do, I always want everything to be super fast and to do it quick. You just will get very nervous, but eventually you will do it. You have to just know that there's nothing scary. So I pressed X to have symmetry, and I'm just applying those things just with the move brush, doing. Now we will make the thickness for the metal part again. So I'll select it with Alt, drag it, and now since we have thickness enabled for everything, flip, yeah, extrude all polygons. Yeah, I'm talking sometimes just completely rubbish things. And now what I'll do is mirror and weld by X, because I want exactly in the middle to have one loop, and this will be the way to do it. And now since this part here is a little bit upward, we will select this and move this up like this. We will do it. I mean, it's not exactly a big issue. I'll mirror and weld also this, so I can of course press X and then move those things a bit. Oops. Yeah, just the points. I'm taking the points and moving them down. With the move brush it will be better. And here I'm not sure how we have to proceed, because this gun has its how it's in English. Yeah, the stock of the gun, it's here, but they have cut it, so it's now it's gone, and the gun is just like this. But well, we can live with this, it's no problem. I will add one more loop here, because I want this to be a little bit backwards, so we have this kind of a arch pointing like this, like here. Basically just moving things around so it can look more like our concept. We can make this thing here. How to make it? Of course, it will be most easy just to duplicate this part, so duplicate it, then move it so we know that it's the duplicated part, then just delete everything but this, del hidden, and then just fix this, so make it like that, make it like bigger, and of course, since it's a little bit twisted, I will go ahead and mask this, place my pivot over there and just resize this part so it's flat. Go here, resize, invert the mask, resize, mask, invert, go here, resize, flat. To flatten something, as you can see, what I do is, let me show you. To make this flat, to make this like flat, I'm selecting it with mask, inverting the mask, then placing my pivot where exactly I want those points to meet, and then get this and just drag and drag until it's completely straight. So yeah, to make it straight. So other thing we wanna do is, this is cool. Let me see. Yeah, we can make it a bit smaller, and then with X symmetry we have it. We can go down a bit, and here. Yeah, and then we will make thickness. All polygons, thickness. It will be like this. Flip it. We have it. It's good, although it's not perfect. I want to move this down, and here with this view we can see that we need one more loop here, and then from here we'll select those loops and just move them down, and then maybe select this and move it kinda on the sides like that. So just moving a bit, and still, yeah, it's kinda cool. This bottom part will be not that straight because it will not be good for handling. We have to make it more round, and I just put a poly loop, edge loop. I put an edge loop there, and then I will grab this, mask it, move this up like this. Yes, I think it's good. I think it's fine. Let's select this and try to make, okay, this is going inward. We will select that, put our pivot there and move this like this. We'll have this and then this and this. Okay, let's select this and move it down. Yeah, maybe we will add more, but we'll see. Let's select this one. Mask. Okay, we have to finish this video, but yeah, the gun is starting to look pretty good. So mask, invert the mask, move. But move from the arrow, because if we move like this, we can mess it up. Although it doesn't look very bad, but yeah, let's do it like this. It's pretty cool. I mean, you notice that the gun is starting to really take a shape, and when we start to refine the things and make the details and everything, it will obviously be absolutely good. But this is kind of easy. What I mean by that is, it's not the hardest gun. Maybe the pistol will be a little bit harder, so expect that. Don't be fooled by this easier model. But the other gun, I mean the other rifle that's on her back, will probably be the same as this one. So this guy is not on 0. I will place it 0. And I think this is on 0. Everything should be on 0 because all the parts should just be okay with each other. This should be bigger and more in the front. A bit bigger. Okay, I don't think we should do too much more work on this. We can go ahead and probably do a little bit more work on the 3D sketch. Because this we have already, and it's okay, it's looking good. There are some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 subtools. Now we will have more. This will have probably this thing on the side, I'm not sure. But yeah, we'll see in the next video, will we continue this gun or we'll do something else.